Okay, you can't really see it, but for the sake of argument, we do know that the truss is going this direction, right? It's going this direction. Let's just make believe these two pins are the side of the truss. Boom, boom. The truss is right there in the middle. Okay? Now I can put my pancake box up there, can I? But the pancake box only has to fit in the middle of that. I could put it so most of it, well, I could put it right in the middle, couldn't I? See where those screws are? That's right in the middle. Okay, the only thing with that is, you see these are my knockouts. So I've got to get my little deal on here for the knockout. I've got to put it on there. So when I cut the hole, I've got to have it going beyond the truss joist up there, beyond it far enough to get this through there. So if I put it right on the center, this one might hit the edge of the joist. This one could hit the edge. So I'm going to have to slide it over a little bit so I know there's enough room for this knockout to fit and for this to fit. Okay, but I can do it to the left. I'm going to do it to the left. I don't think it really matters. I'm going to do it on to the left, because that's the shortest point to where the wire is going to come. That way I don't have to put the wire over to the right. I don't really think it's going to matter. You know what I mean? But the wire would then have to jump over the joist because that's going to be like a 2x4 on the edge, probably for the truss. The bottom of it's either 2x4 or 2x6. If it was a 2x4, either way, the wire, once the wire came from here over to there, I would have to jump over that or be on the side of that on the opposite side instead of this side. You see what I mean? And because the joist is there, that means my wire is going to go from here, go across that way, stapled to the side of that joist, that truss, over to this wall. This is the garage wall, so that garage wall goes higher than that, or it ends there or whatever. This wall here probably goes all the way up higher, whatever. So when I crawl up around in the attic, I have to acclimate myself, and the crawl hole is not that far from here. See, it's just right here. It's in this utility room where the washer and dryer is. We got the cat box in there. We've got an ironing board that folds down over there. We've got the sink here, and here's the crawl hole box. So see, it's not that far over to there. You see what I mean? And so this wire, when it comes out of that box, it's going to go across, and then I've got to run it that way, and then where the truss is, I'm going to staple it on the side of that truss, on this side. And that's why I'm going to move this slightly over to the left. Okay, so I have enough room for this on here. I'll still have enough room to put my mounting screws into the floor joist up there. Does that all make sense? Okay, so now I've got to take some measures with my tape measure, and I'll have to make a strategic decision. I've got a mark up there. I know about where the center of that joist is, so the truss. So I'll take a mark 3/4 over from the end of the tape, and that's about where the side of this hole is. So you see, instead of this box being at the center of 80, I'm going to slide it over this way a little bit, so I have more room, so that the back of this doesn't hit the side of the 2x4, or this hole doesn't hit the side of the truss. You see what I mean? All right, so I'll get my measures for that. Then I'm going to take this back up there and mark it. In fact, see, I'll cut a little inspection hole next to the truss up there. Then I'll make sure I hold this over far enough to make sure that this does not encroach into the side of the truss. Do you see what I mean? Then I can hold this exactly where I want it, and then I can mark this, and then I'll cut this whole thing out with my saw up there and pull that drywall down. And you're going to see there's going to be a slight hole on the side to the left of the joist. I keep calling it a joist, the truss. And you're not going to have as much of a hole off to the right. We don't care about that side because the electrical is coming through here. So before I do my knockout too, I'll have to figure out which knockout do I want, because I've got a little ground screw here. Okay, that came with this. Here's my mounting screws. I may only use two screws. 2 screws is plenty. Okay, here's my ground screw. Okay, and there's only, see these holes? These are all designed that you can put these wherever you want, depending on what you're mounting to. For my case in point, they're probably going to be the 2 off here to the right slightly, because I'm going to have it slid over a little bit. Those 2 will hit. This one will be off it. This one will be off it, right? And so my ground screw is a little hole on one side, and it's got threads on it. There's only one hole that's smaller than all the other ones where the ground screw goes. And it's got little threads in there for these little threads on the ground screw. So you know, I just have to decide, do I want to knock this one out, or do I want to knock that one out? Flip this around so the ground screw is up here on this side, and I believe that will still be off of the joist, because I don't want it to get on there. If I do, and if it hits wood, then I have to drill a hole in the wood a little bit this tall, or else this screw won't go in there. Do you see what I mean? All right, so I'll make those decisions, and I'll show you what I decide in a minute. Can you believe that? I got 1 minute left on my SIM card of this whole thing. I thought I'd had plenty of time, but hey, if I can do it, you can do it. Remember that.